新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。The brightness called brilliant. Valenti.
クオリティオブジャパニーズクラフトマンシップブリッド。
What's up guys, it's Frederick Ospo and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りでも。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー。
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
And just like that, we are back for Top 16, Day 2, Round 3 of the 2020 Formula Drift Japan Series here at Ebisu Circuit, West Course in Fukushima Prefecture. I'm Kenny Harris, and I'll be alongside with Robbie Nishida.
How you doing, guys? Welcome back.
Top 16, this is a big deal right here. Check out all these cars right here. We got them all lined up, ready to go, and it's going to be fun today.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. The lineup is incredible. So we're about to do this intro to show you who's going to be driving what, so you can match the faces to the cars and who's going to be going against who.
It's our number one qualifier right here.
Yeah, number one qualifier made it to top 16. So before we go into the intro, Japanese national anthem. Everybody please. Hats off. Thank you guys for your patience, and we are back in full effect. Come on, let's get this started.
Exactly.
But before that, let's go ahead and introduce
These
the
drivers.
Yeah.
These top 16 that made it from 42 drivers down to 16.
After qualify and after their first battles they just had at top 32, these are the guys that moved up in their ladder. And this guy is qualifying first.
Number 8 with Team Weld, Koichi Yamashita. And the JZX 100 Mark II.
Team Weld, Koichi Yamashita out here.
Got a 95 on his qualifying score and pushed through.
Very impressive. And going against him is, I think he's in his late 30s. Car number 99, Hiroshima Toyopet, Team Droopy, Kazuya Matsukawa in its AE85 Treno, packed with the V6 twin turbo.
A lot of engine underneath that hood.
And it's such a small car, right?
So next we have qualifying number 9, number 33, Junya Ishikawa in the 8.6 1GR, sponsored by Team Droopy.
Hiroshima Toyopet, Hiroshima Toyota. All right, this guy qualified 25th, and he moved up. This is Ito Auto Service, boss man of the team, Hirano Tire, number 93, Monkey Ito in his JZX 100 Chaser, packed with the high horsepower 2JZ.
Next, we're going to have qualifying number 4, number 90, is going to be Shinji Minoa with Heyman TM Lambo in the Mark II JZX 100.
Labo.
I said Lambo.
Oh, I thought you said Lambo again.
You're so used to it, that's why.
If he did, let us know.
Comment, please.
And then going against him is Tomoki Tanaka, car number 5. He qualified 13th, and he is with V-Style with Tetsujin.
GR.
He's moving up. There you go. That's his cool pose. He's moving up into 16. Pretty sure he's excited.
Next, we have qualifying number 5, 888 Kenji Yamada. Jamaken, also known as Jamaken, driving the S15 with Nago Techno Larada Company.
Going against Jamaken is car number 85, qualified 21st, and he went against the car number 12 qualifier earlier and made it up. Daisuke Hara in his S15 with the 2JZ from Team MJ Style with action.
Next, we have qualifying number 2, car number 100, Andrew Gray with Team Kazuma with Power Vehicles, driving the Lexus RC 2J powered.
Andrew Gray. Going against qualifying number 2, car number 100, Andrew Gray. This guy, he may be kind of new into the top 16 lineup. The car number 963, he's driving an S15. It is Daichi Mizutani with Mizutani Jidosha with Zeknova.
Nice. The next match that we have coming up is going to be our number 7 qualifier, number 15, Katsuhiro Ueo in the S15 VR38 powered. Mean machine underneath that engine, or underneath that hood.
Super veteran in the drifting scene.
He is.
Going against Ueo is car number 73. He qualified 10th, and he was a runner-up from last event. His name is Kazuki Hayashi, driving his S15 with a 2JZ from Team West Auto with Good Ride.
Our next matchup leading off is going to be our third of qualifier, number 36, Kazumi Takahashi with TMS Racing Team, driving this sweet BMW, 1GR BMW. He's been handling that thing amazing throughout this whole series.
It's a really nice car. And going against Takahashi is car number 19, qualifying 19. It is brand new build from this year, but Same car as last year, F15 with the 2JZ, Yuichi Amagai with perfect style.
Next, qualifying number 6 for this next matchup is going to be number 61, Kunihiko Teramachi in the Good Ride Motorsports S15. That's 2J powered.
So last but not least, qualifying 11 from yesterday's qualifying, moving up into the top 16 now. Car number 13. He is driving the 180SX. His name is Yasuhiro Takaki from T-Square with DGR Good Ride.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is our top 16 qualifiers pushing to get podium.
Let's go, guys! More excitement! I love it.
Just so y'all know, they're smiling underneath the mask.
You know how they're not so excited. Maybe they have to get in their car to get into their mode, but
they're going to show the excitement when they'll throw some smoke around. Exactly.
We can't do it on track, so we're doing it behind this mic. Oh man, you know what? The lineup for FD Japan, I gotta tell you, year by year, like round by round, it gets better and better. Like, there is no easy win for any of these guys.
There isn't.
You know? Anything could happen. Like, I know we see the higher qualified guys, most of the higher qualified guys got the win in the top 32. But at the same time, you do have the underdogs too, so you never know what's gonna happen and how everybody's gonna be placing and ending up after this top 16 battle.
Yep. And we did see a lot of different results coming out of the top 32 and pushing us to the top 16. And like you were saying, it's just a matter of how they run their cars, how they're feeling, and how they lay it down on the track is what's going to put them where they're at. They're all heading back to their pits to get everything ready and squared away.
That's cool. I don't think there's any 1GRs in the U.S. Competing this year. I know there's a VR, and there's 2Js, and there's different kinds of V8s. But the 1GR, well, they're in 2 cars, or actually 3 cars out here.
3 cars right now competing in top 16.
One is in a BMW, one is in a A85, and the other one's in an 86, Toyota 86.
Which I was checking out, our first 2 matchups coming up. It could be an 8.5 versus 8.6 if they both qualify next coming up in top 8.
If they both move on. Yeah. So
it's going to be interesting.
Hey, but you know what? Yamashita's very, very hard to beat.
Oh, he really is. Top qualifier.
On fire. Yeah, he's on fire. And at the same time, Matsukawa has the
skills.
Everything is right. Everything is lined up for him. He has the skills to beat anybody out here too. So.
But you definitely are right. Yamashita has analyzed this track and dialed it in to the point where he's pretty much killing it every run that he's throwing down.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see all the battles.
Well, you have the tough job of also judging these battles. So.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. I mean, as much as you talk and all, I mean, yes, you do.
Oh, man.
You have 2 jobs here, unfortunately.
Oh, man. I was hoping you guys would forget about that. Just sit here and watch. I would love to.
No, but that's good, though. You know, you get to give us the detailed description of what was laid down and what the judges really were looking for.
I could tell you guys what I'm looking for, and I can kind of tell you guys what Lantain and Yoichi Imamura has in mind as well. But before we go on to the main competition, check these out and don't go anywhere.
いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。 ウエット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心やる。
横浜。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. ブリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケン
ダ。伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。 ウエット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心やる。
横浜。
革新のカーボンベゼル。 Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese クラフトマンシップブリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Gaspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りで高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
こんにちは、安藤宗です。これから皆さんと一緒に選手たちの熱い展開を見るのがすっごい楽しみです。一緒に盛り上げていきましょうね。
こんにちは、モーターゲームズガールズの伊藤静奈です。今年はどんな熱いドラマが待ち構えているのでしょうか。皆さんと一緒に楽しく盛り上げていきたいです。よろしくお願いします。
こんにちは、立花正樹です。みんなで楽しんでいきましょう。
はい、柳瀬葉月です。去年に引き続き今年も会場を盛り上げられたらなと思っております。よろしくお願いいたします。
モーターゲームズガールズの高マリアです。今年もたくさん盛り上げていきたいと思いますので、皆さん一緒に応援していきましょう。
Hello everyone、 こんにちは、大島まりなです。唯一のバイリンガルとして元気いっぱい頑張っていきたいと思います。皆さんで一緒に盛り上げましょう。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
ユージータフォ誕生。ニュージーグ4誕生。
RSR Ichiban.
BRZ レース2019最終戦岡山国際サーキット第2ヒートを制したのは第1ヒートに続いて KTMS86 谷口信輝となった。
今までの常識を超えた録画領域360度全方位を記録する360度カメラ搭載日本製ドライブレコーダー HDR360C コムテック。
これが噂のバリバリバリのバリのタイヤ
斉藤ローケージ。
ホットウィールは1968年に販売を開始し、2018年に発売50周年を迎えた販売台数世界一の大キャストカーブランドです。年間約400種類のラインアップとなるベーシックカーからコレクターに人気のプレミアムカーなど幅広い商品ラインアップが揃っています。今回フォーミュラドリフト仕様のシルビアも会場で販売しているので、ぜひチェックしてください。
And we are back to the top 16 of day 2, round 3 of the 2020 Formula Drift Japan Series here at Ebisu Circuit West Course in the Fukushima Prefecture. Once again, I'm Kenny Harris along with Robbie Nishida.
Right here, Robbie Nishida, right here, Kenny.
What do you
Yeah, thanks for waiting around. We had to wait and get the drivers and cars situated. They're all ready now. They're in the burnout box, warming up their tires, and they're going to be ready to go to show us something cool on the track. So the weather looks like it is holding up, and I am not even going to knock on wood because I think I have faith in this. The weather, it feels really great right now. I mean, too sunny, too cold is not so good. Wet is not good either, but nice and dry, not super humid.
A little overcast. Sun came out here and there.
This is probably the best condition I've ever been here at Ebisu West Course for an FD Japan event.
Especially on both consecutive days.
Yeah, I mean, come on, you got to give us a break, you know. It's like we had COVID and everything's crazy, and then the schedule's all over the place. And then if we had bad weather too, come on, man. Somebody up above is probably like, yo, let's give them a break. So let's at least give these guys nice weather.
Nice weather to get this competition going for sure.
Yeah. So this is round 3, and we had some crazy battles coming up to this event, this past 2 events in Okuibuki and also in Sugo. But Yamashita, I think he got knocked out kind of early last event, but I think he's ranking 10th right now in the series. So I'm pretty sure he wants to finish higher up this round, going into the 4th and the 5th round we have this year. The next round's going to be in Okayama, and the last one's going to be at Suzuka. Everything got pushed back because of the whole COVID.
But definitely, yes.
Yeah, and then going against Yamashita is Matsukawa. He is a threat to everybody, too. Very lightweight car with a beast V6 twin-turbo motor. And he's been doing pretty good in the series coming up to this 3rd round. So this might be a pretty big threat to Yamashita. And I think Matsukawa is just kind of going to leave it all out, do whatever he can to overcome the #1 qualifier.
It'll be interesting this run because, like you said, Yamashita's been laying down some good runs, and he's been doing everything solid from qualifying all the way up. So we'll see how he does with the lead run and see if he can land a nice 100 run so Matsukawa can chase after. Here they come to the outer zone 1. Yamashita taking full advantage of outer zone 1 to inside clip 1, but Matsukawa just right there on his door, pushing all the way through. Nice lead and chase run by both individuals. Very good run right there. To start us off, that's what we want to see right there.
All right, so I don't really have anything to say about Yamashita's lead run because it was really great. He does fill the zones pretty good. Good angle, but right over there at out zone 1, Matsukawa kind of had to dive in a little bit, went a little wide here, and right there he had a little bobble at the end clip 2. Those are very small, minor mistakes, but I think small mistakes happen like that because of the proximity, because he was actually fairly close to Yamashita.
And at this point, you know, with the judging and everything, you guys are looking at every single aspect of it and realizing what they're both going to throw down. So next we're going to have Yamashita over here on the chase while we got Matsukawa over here on the lead.
Yeah, I would say if I was Yamashita's spotter, I would say, you know, don't give him any room because all it's going to take is one little small mistake that Yamashita could do where Matsukawa could walk away from him.
And Matsukawa is known for just giving it all and just throttling through everything. So he ain't gonna be slowing up at all throughout this track.
Yeah, but Yamashita does have I mean, obviously he always has a good lead run, so that's a very big advantage to his side on the lead. But let's see what Matsukawa could do in his lead position and see what Yamashita would do in his chase.
Here they go. Lined up and ready to go. Matsukawa in the lead and Yamashita in the chase. Ooh. So it looks like we had a...
There's a red flag, so... I would say... Maybe... Yeah, so I think the lead car jumped the light.
We haven't had too many faults lately, so that was actually our first of the
Yeah, actually the first out of the whole
30. Yeah, 32 was fine. We had nothing, so...
Yeah, so what happens is the lead car has to leave when all the lights turn off, and the chase car could leave whenever they want. So pretty much, usually the chase car leaves at the pace of the lead car, and they don't really follow the lights. So some people leave early, some people leave a little late. But there's a clean start right there.
Here we go. Matsukawa in the lead, Yamashita following. Matsukawa full entry, a little shallow inside there on outer zone 1, coming inside clip 2, rolling into outside zone 2 to 3. Nice transition, swinging it around. But once again, the proximity is about the same as what Matsukawa was given to Yamashita.
Yeah, Matsukawa pretty much did what he had to do in his lead position. He did fill the zone. It looked like he did go a little bit wider on outside zone 1. Let me go ahead and check out the replay. Or actually, no. Yamashita did. But he was actually online, so he didn't mimic him out in the outer zone 1. But it looks like Matsukawa didn't fill the zone as much as he could have, or he should have. And he did also knock down the in clip. Hitting the clips doesn't really matter, but that kind of shows the placement of the car where he was a little bit too in there on the line.
Yeah.
But very nice driving from both the drivers.
See this drone footage right here, swinging through. You can see how Yamashita was real on the outside on the back end of that, swinging around. Not too bad, but kind of losing it, leaving inner clip 1. But overall, the proximity was pretty much the same for each individual.
Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a tough one to pick out because we're just looking at the small mistakes that each driver does. And we're really going to have to be picky on this because, I mean, I don't mind watching great driving all day long, and I could just one more time it all the time. Oh, there you go.
There you go. One more time. We have Yamashita from Ryan and Yamashita from Robbie. So Yamashita will be moving on to the top 8.
So just as I said that Imamura probably saw it that was super close to the point where it's worth it one more time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I don't want to speak on behalf of Ryan Lantain, but I would say that Yamashita had a slightly cleaner run on the lead, and also in the chase position, Yamashita had a good amount of proximity, and he was pretty much behind at a good pace behind Matsukawa. So Matsukawa did have a small mistake here and there at the in clips and also the outer zone. So we are going with the Matsukawa taking the win. Yamashita taking the win because Matsukawa did a few small mistakes on his lead run.
So next we're going to have Junya Ishikawa being lead, number 33 in the 8.6. And then Ito's going to be following, number 93 in the Chaser. So let's see what this 1GR86 is going to throw down for Ito. Ito closing in on him on outer zone 1, swinging around, but taking it real wide for Ishikawa. Ishikawa really adjusting himself there inside clip 1, causing Ito to go ahead and adjust himself as well, but for some reason...
well, we've been having this problem. Well, I guess it's called a problem when you look at it, because some of the lead drivers do go a little bit wider. It looks like they wash out after the outside zone 1. But at the same time right here, Ito kind of misses and bypasses outside zone 1 like it wasn't even there.
Yeah, he bit real hard on it.
Yeah. And earlier we had situations where some of the other drivers did dive in a little bit early, but not as bad as Ito did right now. So he pretty much put himself in that situation. kind of had nowhere to go, so he had to really sit and wait, which gave Ishikawa a chance to kind of take off and leave. But I do not like the way Ishikawa surges and kind of stalls up, like how he did at outside zone 2 right here.
Coming in, yeah.
Yeah, and then he missed outside zone 2
and that's
by a lot as well.
That seems like it's been a continuous problem all throughout
through
today.
Qualifying and everything, yeah.
Coming in inside clip 1, going to outer zone 2, he just had a lot of throttle issues and control with his car, so we'll see what he has to do for a chase run.
But diving in, it looked kind of cool because, you know, it looked like Ito was going to be on the same line as Ishikawa, but right when they went through outside zone 1, it looks like Ito just kind of started diving in a lot earlier. So we'll see what happens when they switch places.
Could have ended worse than that, but luckily they were still they kept their pace. But we're going to have Ito leading while we have Ishikawa on the chase. Wind up ready to go. All right, here goes Ito leading, coming through. Ishikawa right behind him. Ishikawa giving him no space, creeping up on him, coming in inside clip 1. Ito trying to push through, coming all the way through to outside zone 3. Didn't really fill all of outside zone 3 and inside clip 1, but he kept pulling away from Ishikawa throughout that time after in clip 1.
I would say Ito's lead run was pretty good. But Ishikawa was right there behind him too.
But this is where he kind of
washes
breaks
out.
away, because once that throttle right there.
Yeah, Ito's lead run is definitely
had a lot better fluidity.
Pretty good,
yep.
Exactly, yeah.
Definitely a clean lead run for Ito, but we'll see if it was enough to make up for his chase. See if Ito's 2J Chaser's moving on, or if Ishikawa's 1 GR86 is going to move on.
All right, that was kind of a harder decision for me. Like I said, you know, we have to kind of pick out. We have to be a little picky about what we see and what we want.
See what Yoichi has to say. Yoichi says Ishikawa. We got a one more time by Ryan and Robbie with Ishikawa. So Ishikawa's moving on.
I really, really understand why Lantain gave him one more time, because I would weigh out both of the mistakes that both of the cars did. But I did kind of put, or because if I would have put Ito's lead run a little bit more heavily, then it probably would have been one more time. But I just figured that the mistake that Ito did behind Ishikawa was pretty critical, because he dove in a little bit too much. And yes, it's harder to chase a car that doesn't do a good lead run, but at the same time, I don't think that the mistake that he made was covered by his good lead run. But he had a great lead run, I gotta say that.
Especially with Ishikawa, he still kept his fluidity and proximity to him. But like you said, Ito's huge mistake he made coming out of outer zone 1, coming to inside clip 1 was definitely crucial.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, that's where I was really debating on going one more time, or giving it to Ishikawa. But yeah, they're very, very close one. That's one of those we could have seen it one more time too. But
an error just like that, like you said, one big error can cost it all. So here we go, lined up. We have Shinji Manoa, number 90. In the Mark II, and we have Tomoko Tanaka in the line right next to him. JZX is coming up head to head.
Mark II against Chaser.
Manoa in the lead. Tanaka chasing. Manoa thrown into the outer zone 1, taking full advantage of outer zone 1, swinging into inside clip 1. But Tanaka not giving him any space, trying to get into his zone. Manoa pushing through inside clip 1, and for some reason Tanaka got held up a little bit at.
Well, it looks like
inside
Tanaka
clip two.
was kind of diving in a little too early because he left outside zone 2 a lot earlier, and he looked like he started to lose he started to lose where any place for him to go to at outside zone 3, which why he looked like he came in a little shallower on line in clip 2. So right after here, Tanaka leaves. He doesn't even get close to outside zone 2. Leaves where he had to play it off at outside zone 3, and then he had to kind of go in a lot because he had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So he did sacrifice a lot of line for proximity, but I would say that was good proximity on Tanaka's end.
Definitely a good lead run, but
yeah.
it didn't have 100% fluidity throughout. It had a few hiccups here and there. We'll see what Manoa is going to throw down at for his chase run, because that's going to be crucial also with Tanaka's lead run. Got them swinging around, coming up to the line. So both JZX chassis, both 2J powered. See who's going to pull it off. So just like I was saying, they're lined up now. We have Tanaka in the lead, Manoa in the chase. See if Tanaka can fill all of outer zone 1 and complete the course.
Fill all the zones in the clips.
Exactly. All right, here they go. Tanaka lead, Manoa in the chase. Manoa keeping close to him, closing in on him. Holding the same angle that Tanaka's throwing down. Tanaka's pulling away a little bit in outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. Manoa's trying to catch up to him and keep up with him. Definitely would love seeing that again.
That was very cool because probably very similar builds in cars. Similar types of car. We got a lot of tire dust up here right now.
We're cleaning off the tables.
Yeah, but Tanaka did dip tire, then it upset his movement of this car at outside zone 1. That's going to hurt him a lot. After that, he did pull away. Good job on Tanaka. Minowa trying to hang in there. But at the same time, this could be something caused because of Tanaka's small mistake that he made. It's a small mistake, but it could actually be major for him at outside zone 1 as well.
Getting all cleaned up.
Wow, that wasn't much dirt drop or anything, and we have a lot of
dust all up
dust
here.
up here, yeah.
But yes, Manoa definitely kept nice proximity coming into outer zone 1. But let's see what the judges have to see. So Yoichi says Manoa, Ryan says no Manoa, and Robbie says Manoa. So Shinji Manoa's moving on in his JZX 100 Mark II.
Yeah, Tanaka did a great job minus the outside zone 1 move he did, and if he could have filled or mimicked Minowa when he was chasing around outside zone 2 all the way to inside clip 2, he could have that was definitely, he could have put it together, and I know he has the skills to do it. So somebody to watch out for in the previous or the next 2 rounds.
So Manoa going on to the top 8. So next we have lined up is going to be number 888 Kenji Yamada in his S15, along with number 85 Daisuke Hara in his S15, both 2J powered. So this is going to be very interesting right here.
Oh no, Kenji Yamada's car than SR, I think.
John McCain coming through on the lead run. Hara right behind him. John McCain throwing through, coming into clip 1, sweeping into outer zone 2, coming back into outer zone 3, and Hara's just falling far behind. But then again, John McCain kind of threw it a little bit too much into inside clip 2.
Yeah, so Yamada, they both did a great job up until outside zone 2. Let's see. Watching the replay, throwing it in pretty nice. Does a good job on outside zone 1. Hara's trying to stay there. Then right here, he starts to lose angle, and he kind of makes his car go straight. So by going straight, the car catches more speed, where he kind of went in to outside zone 3 with too much speed. where he couldn't rotate his car enough to go through inside clip 2, so he did have to open or leave the inside clip 2 open.
Yeah, Hara came in just a little, could have came in a little harder into outer zone 1 to inside clip 2, but with the power difference, I thought Hara would be a little bit more hotter coming out of inside clip 1, rolling into outer zone 2.
Yeah, then there's probably the weight difference too, because I think Hara has a 2J and Yamada has a SR, so the car must have some kind of weight, a big amount of weight difference.
Yeah. So now we're flipping the roles here. Hara's going to go and be leading while we have Yamada on the chase. Like you said, though, Jamaken's very experienced driver, so I don't think he's going to let Hara phase him with the 2J here in the entry into outer zone 1, coming down this long stretch. Hara pushing through, but Jamaken right on him. And at the same time, coming to outer zone 1, Jamaken wasn't quite too far outside, holding into inside clip 1 to outer zone 2. Sweeping around, keeping that proximity and getting closer and closer, Jamaken, to inside clip. Ooh! Was there contact there? That was close.
It looks like...
Let's see this replay right here.
Right now, without the replay, it looks like Jamaken ran out of heat and straightened their car, and it looked like it was right before the finish line, too. Let's go ahead and check it out. Hara feels outside zone 1. Good job on in clip 2 for both of the cars. Fairly good angle from both of the cars.
That's where he gains proximity right there. And then,
yeah, that's
close. Here's a better view right here.
That's a pretty big no-no from Yamada. So let's see, the lead car Hara goes, and
both
Yamada doesn't give him too much space. Yamada needs to fill or take it out a little bit more, but it looks like he's doing a pretty good job mimicking the lead car the second half of the track. But right here, that's kind of a big understeer almost. I wouldn't say he went completely straight, but
I think he got through the finish line with. I think he went through the finish line drifting,
with
but
it was drifting,
it was a very
almost a zero angle. Yeah,
limited angle on that one. I thought they touched there for the end at the end because he straightened up and locked and went straight.
Yep.
So Yoshi said Ryan and Robbie all say Hara.
So that one right there, I'm not going to say it was just him messing up after the in clip 2, but overall looking at everything, the chase run that Hara did against Yamada being a little shallow on angle at outside zone 2 and missing in clip 2 too, all in consideration gave out the results that we did. So
definitely Hara stepping up, especially with that pass through that he had, which we haven't seen in some time on a top 32. But next we have lined up right here is going to be number 100 Andrew Gray in his Lexus RC, leading with Mizutani in the S15 coming through. Andrew Gray coming in with some heat, throwing it into outer zone 1, sweeping into inside clip 1, rolling into outer zone 2, throttling all the way through and leaving him with nothing but smoke to deal with. Andrew Gray once again throwing down a solid run for a lead run.
It looked like he left outside zone 1 a little bit earlier than he usually does. But overall, very nice run by Andrew Gray. And it looks like Mizutani had to... he actually started to catch up to him.
And then right here...
And he got left after that too. But that probably took a lot for Mizutani to actually... He just threw himself into there, and he had to give Andrew Gray 100% trust to do that too. So
because Andrew Gray, he definitely just flew through the stretch, and then he ended up initiating and leaving him in the dust, but definitely gained proximity out of inside clip 1.
Yeah, what I would say, Mizutani is just giving his all right now, chasing down last year's champion or 4-time Formula Drift champion, Andrew Gray.
Someone who's definitely not new to this track.
No, I don't think so. His work site is literally 3 minutes away.
On the premises?
Yeah. So, let's see what Andrew Gray has. He's not going to... I know he's not going to give him any space right here.
Let's see what Mizutani's going to throw as a lead, though.
Yeah, let's see what he can do. And hopefully by him chasing Andrew Gray right now, he knows how deep he can go.
Yes. So Mizutani throwing down. Ooh! Coming to outer zone 1, but Gray right behind him. Filling in inside clip 1. Ooh! Huge correction on Gray, but Mizutani's not phased. Kept pushing through. Coming to inside clip 1. And rolling through.
Interesting.
I know, that correction right there and that inside clip 1. Like we said, that's a hot area right there coming from inside clip 1 out.
Leading up to in clip 1, I think Andrew Gray did a good job mimicking the lead car, but right here, I don't know if he was able to... Oh.
Straightened up a little there. There we go. We got a better angle right here.
So I would say he wasn't straight, but he kept his drifting, but there was some kind of stall right there.
It's true, yeah, he never straightened up there. Coming around, Mizutani did throw a really good lead run, though. Both lead runs were very solid. But coming out of that outer zone, or inside clip 1, has definitely been a tricky one for a lot of drivers today.
Like, to be honest, from all the tandems that we had, everything was happening there. At the in clip right there. Everything happened there.
One more time and a one more time. There you go. We got a one more time. Definitely both good lead runs.
Yeah, so I think I don't want to speak in behalf of all the judges, but the way I saw it was both the lead runs almost a tie. And since Andrew Gray did basically what he had to do on his lead run, and he gave Mizutani a good lead run, but Mizutani got left behind most of the time. Versus Andrew Gray did do a good job the first half, but he had that stall, didn't stop drifting, but we're going to go ahead and make that a wash because he did good at the first half and he did really bad on the second half.
He still zeroed in, though. He zeroed in the finish with proximity, but like you said, Mizutani kind of continuously kept that proximity, that distance.
Yes.
So there you go. We have one more time for that one, but before then, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next pair coming up, which is going to be number 15, Katsuhiro Ueo in the VR38 S15. He'll be head-to-head against number 73, Kazuki Hayashi in the 1GR. Excuse me, S15. You didn't catch that.
No, you said 1GR, so I was waiting what you were going to say after that.
Yeah, and then I corrected myself.
Oh, no. You were going to say 1GR is really older brother 2JZ powered S15, right?
Exactly.
Yep,
See, that's why you're here for me. You're here to save me, bail me out when I need to be. But
you owe me $10. All right. So Ueo's leading.
2 S15s, but definitely different engines.
Yeah, Hayashi is coming from a podium from last event, so pretty sure the confidence is high.
Let's see what Ueo's going to lay down for him. Hayashi right on his back pocket, coming into outer zone 1. Hayashi's right there, keeping the same angle. Oh, but Ueo just bumping away from him to outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, and Hayashi just couldn't make it to outer zone 2. Inside clip 1, both finishing strong, but definitely, like we were, I'm like a broken record. That inside clip is literally
That's why I don't
game
like
changer.
inside clips, number 1, as a judge. But let's check it out here. They both did a tremendous job on outside zone 1. Look at them both filling it. Hayashi's almost mirror imaging it. They're right here going into in clip 1. Ueo does throw a lot of angle. I can't tell that he is stalling up or anything. for Hayashi. So maybe Hayashi caught up a little bit too quick. And right here, if Hayashi has a similar amount of angle, it could be the lead car's fault for slowing down. But let me go ahead and check this out. A good pace from Ueo.
Coming through.
Good amount of angle. That's a very close one.
It is. Because Ueo did kind of drag out after inside clip 1 to outer zone 2, which probably caused Hayashi to kind of like...
Oh, no. Ueo threw a lot of angle, and until he got onto gas at the in clip 1, Hayashi got too close.
Yeah, so that's why he hesitated.
He has to hesitate, and he can't get back on gas, and maybe he tried to avoid contact. I don't know, but that is something that we have to look into.
So next is going to be Hayashi over here with the lead run, while Ueo is going to be on the chase. So let's see if Hayashi could give something down, and then Ueo mimicking everything Hayashi's going to throw at him. So Ueo's been definitely throwing some smoke all day in that mean VR38 S15. All right, got them lined up, ready to go. Got the thumbs up. Here we go with Hayashi in the lead and Ueo on the chase. Hayashi pushing through. Oh, we got a red flag. Got a red flag. Could be a number of things, cone, a jump.
Oh, hit the cone.
It's a pylon touch. There you go.
Pylon touch.
And that was the first one we've had.
Pylon touch です。さあ、ケニーさん。
はい。
パイロンタッチでしたが。I forgot I'm on the US
yeah.
live stream.
Well, I was waiting for what you were going to ask. You said something about a pylon touch, and then... So we didn't really get into faults since we haven't had too many. How's that all work?
It's pretty good. Now hitting the cone too, I know when you're driving and you're leading and you're trying to go as fast as you can when you're leading, and that's the mentality, but you can actually drive through there fairly okay because it's pretty wide.
How many strikes till you're out?
Oh yeah, you get 3 strikes and you're out.
There you go.
Sorry.
That's what I was trying to get at, but you know.
Why did you say that?
Because, you know, coming from the judge, it sounds better. All right, here we go. Hayashi in the lead, Ueo right behind him. Ueo trying to close in on him, but Hayashi's just pushing through to the outer zone 1, inside clip 1 to outer zone 2, just keep pushing. Ueo getting lost right now. Hayashi pushing and pushing all the way to inside clip 2. And Ueo still struggling, trying to keep that proximity, but Hayashi just literally pushed through there. Here's a replay right here. Hayashi had a really good run, though. Did all of outer zone 1, swept into inside clip 1. Solid lead run right there.
Yeah, he did. It looks like Hayashi, watching his line going into in clip 2 too, it doesn't look like he's flicking the car enough to get like a higher rate of angle, I guess. It seems like he's kind of trying to run away, but at the same time, now I think about the chase run he did against Ueo right now, where he was
right up against him initially.
But Ueo was throwing a lot of angle. Oh, this is the replay of what not to do.
What not to do. So here we go, right here. Both angles weren't, Ueo didn't mimic his angle too much there. And it seemed like after that inside clip 2 or 1, he just kind of struggled to close in on him.
All right, so these are some tough decisions that we have to make. This is the one that we saw earlier from Hayashi versus Ueo.
There's the angle, very well mimicked by Hayashi, swinging around to inside clip 1. Had the correction there, but was able to bring it all back together, but missed outer zone 2 there. So Yoichi has a, 1 second. Putting the votes back in. Had a little issue there. But this is big, trying to get these guys into getting the right individuals in the top 8. It comes down to dialing in exactly. So listen to what Yoichi has to say. Yoichi Imamura says one more time. Ryan Lontagne says one more time. And Robbie Nishida says Ueo.
What happened right now was I went with the one more time at first. But
yes.
I looked at, right now, as I already put in one more time, then I had to go back and change it to Ueo, which it didn't matter anyways.
Yeah.
But I looked at the replay again, and right as I was looking at it, Hayashi's mistake was pretty big behind Ueo, and the space
the
that
big correction,
yeah,
and
the
then missing outer zone 2
and stuff. Yeah, that I don't think that could be covered, but.
But with that, with the one more time, we're going to go ahead and hold off, and we're going to push on with our next lineup right here. We have number 36, Kazumi Takahashi in the BMW, and then we also are going to have number 19, Yuichi Amagai in his 2J powered S15.
So yes, this is going to be a great battle once again from both these cars.
So we got Takahashi in the lead position, while we have Amagai going to be doing the chase. Here they go, taking off down the stretch. Takahashi throttling all the way through, coming into outer zone 1, pushing through, but Amagai just lost it right there. Trying to throw huge angle into that, but Takahashi pushing all the way through, just leaving him in the dust.
Yeah, Takahashi's not worrying about what's going on behind him. He's just going. But that would, if Amagai could have pulled that off, that would have been one sick entry.
Amagai definitely came in with some heat. He was like, you know what, I'm gonna put a name out there for myself.
Man, I smell a lot of oil burning up here. I don't know whose car it is, but yeah, that's a lot of oil burning for sure.
Yeah. Got a nice small breeze going, so the track's clearing up pretty quick. But yeah, just like Robbie was saying, if Amagai could have landed that sick angle right there, that would have definitely been one chase to try to beat. So next we're going to have Takahashi on the chase while we have Amagai on the lead. Amagai's really going to have to make up for that right there.
Yeah, I got to say that was a great lead by Takahashi too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you make a great lead run, the chase car can give everything, throw down everything, and that's exactly what Amagai did right now behind him. He threw so much angle, he couldn't hold it, but I feel him. I got him. You know, he's got that. I need to beat this guy.
Yep.
With my 110%. I think he gave 120%.
Because Takahashi has definitely the last 2 rounds up till now, he's just dialed this car in, and he really understands what he needs to do in this car to make it perform at 100%.
Yeah, I think this is a weapon that Takahashi got because, man, he is on fire with this car.
It's a beautiful car. It sounds amazing, and he's driving it like it looks and sounds.
Exactly. He's living up to what the car is supposed to be doing,
exactly.
I guess. Yeah.
So here we go. We're going to have Amagai in the lead and Takahashi on the chase. See if Takahashi can lay it down and stay right at his door. Here he comes. Amagai throwing that sick angle he threw earlier, but actually landed it. Takahashi trying to keep up with him. Amagai's pushing through all the way through to outer zone 3. Takahashi's right there with him, trying to keep that same angle. But, oh man, that is the entry that he was trying to
so
lock in.
We don't want we don't want a backwards entry.
True.
Because it's something that is not chaseable, I guess. But right here, he was pretty much 90 degrees. I think Takahashi tried to match some of it with him, and he did have to fall back a little bit because of the, how can I say it, the slowdown of the big angle is actually going to cause the car behind to mess up too. But I'm pretty sure that Takahashi had that in mind as well. And I think Amagai was like, you know what, I don't care, I'm just going to.
Yep. But see, at the same time, Takahashi was able to kind of throttle back into it whenever he realized that Amagai was able to hold that angle through. And then he kept his proximity, finishing right at the end.
Yeah, so that's really, really hard for a chase car to look at the lead car and see if they're actually going to make it, or are they going to spin, or if it's going to be a half spin. It's really, really hard, but it looks like Takahashi just went in anyways. Well, he sat back for a little bit to give him a little bit of space, but after that he looked like he caught up.
He had a quick response to just kick back in because he was like, okay, I got to get this. I got to get back into his door.
But you know what? I mean, round of applause to Amagai. He's driving like a man.
Yoichi voting for Takahashi. Takahashi getting Ryan and Robbie's vote. There you go, Takahashi moving to the top 8. Like you said, Amagai driving like a man.
Yep.
But good job, good fight by him, and congratulations to congratulations Takahashi moving on. So, next coming up, we're going to go ahead and push on. So, just like I told you all before, we do have 2 one more times, but we're going to go ahead and continue, and we're pushing on to our final top 8 before we go back to our one more times. So, next is going to be number 61, Kunihiko Teramachi in his S15 2J. He's going to go ahead and be leading in front of number 13, Yasuhiro Takaki in the 180SX. So Teramachi's going to be leading with Takaki in the chase. Takaki coming up to the start line right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything because there's a lot of things I wanted to say before these 2 cars went out, but I will talk about it after the run is over.
Sounds good. I was just talking about how after this, then we will do our one more times.
Yep, we got 2 one more times.
Yes, we do. 2 exciting ones, too. All right, so we got them both lined up, ready to go. We got Teramachi in the lead position and Takaki in the chase. All right, here we go. Teramachi leading, Takaki in the chase, coming in. Teramachi throwing into outer zone 1. Couldn't feel it all the way, but Takaki right there and just washes out. As Teramachi just finishes the track and just doesn't even affect him, just pushing through. Kind of was a little bit outside shallow for a inside clip too, but man, Takaki definitely kept his same angle as Teramachi, but he just couldn't hold it.
Okay, so from the earlier battle we have from top 32, what I wanted to say earlier was Teramachi was doing this entry where he just missed outside zone 1, but he does throw a lot of angle, and earlier he did wash out a lot where it caused the chase car to kind of catch up too early, and he had nowhere to go and they had contact, but it wasn't an unchaseable lead.
True.
So the contact was deemed, it was actually the chase car's fault at that time. But
it was Mono's fault during that one.
Yeah, what I was saying is if Teramachi ran a line like that, definitely it's a similar kind of car that was chasing him this time from Mono. Takaki's car is also an S chassis. If they did run a similar line, it could have, most likely happened again. Or even if Teramachi would have went wide like how another driver did earlier, Murayama did earlier, Takaki, if he can find enough space to get in there and do a pass, since it isn't an in-clip, that could have been a case too. But Teramachi learned, and then he didn't do what he usually did and wash out after outer zone 1. So that's good for him. And
unfortunate for Takaki.
Yeah, Takaki, where I think Teramachi's style looks like he throws, a good amount of angle quickly, and Takaki probably saw that, and he wanted to probably similarize the angle as a chase car, you know. It definitely didn't work for one car, but we'll see what happens when it's turned around.
Just like we've seen before, anything can happen at this point. So now we have Takaki in the lead and Teramachi in the chase. So let's see if Takaki can throw down that nice 100-point lead run for Teramachi. See what he's got here. Takaki coming in, throwing it in, throwing some sick angle into outer zone 1, but holding it all the way through and just unable to hit that inside clip. And definitely couldn't land that. Rolling around to inside clip 2, but man, that was rough. I might have said inside clip 2 over there, but yes, definitely he threw in some sick angle in outer zone 1, but just couldn't hold it to the outside portion of inside clip 1.
Yeah, so this is why, how can I say it, the way the track was designed, if we would have moved the 3-2-1 cone later and allowed the drivers to do a later flick here, then there definitely would be a lot more throwing in backwards entries like that, but we don't, that's not something we want to see, especially at tandem.
Especially tandem, yeah.
Because there's no way you could match a car. You're going to be basically, like here, if there's a car that's running super crazy angle, you would have to be way behind him on the outside to match the line and the angle. So it didn't work out for Takaki, but it was very cool for him to, you know, give out what he had to do and throw a crazy amount of angle to show what he can do and try to intimidate Teramachi.
See what the judges, so Yoichi Imamura says Takaki. Ryan says Ryan and Robbie both say Teramachi. Yoichi Imamura, he mistakenly, it was supposed to be for Teramachi also, so it was a full sweep for Teramachi on that one. Here you go. Here's the scores right here, the fixed one. So Teramachi for Yoichi, Ryan, and Robbie, both Teramachi. So it was a full sweep for Teramachi. So congratulations for Teramachi. Takaki, good job. Good runs today. Next, we're moving back up to our one more times. So first one more time we have lined up is going to be number 100, Andrew Gray, going up against number 963, Daichi Mizutani in his S15, while Andrew Gray is going to be in his Lexus RC. So let's see what Gray's going to do for his lead run. He's been doing some solid lead runs today and yesterday's qualifying, so definitely excited to see what he's going to throw for Mizutani. All right, here they go. Gray on the lead, Mizutani on the chase. Gray coming in with some heat. Oh, but we had a flag. Got a red flag here. It's a pylon touch. Andrew Gray definitely coming in with some heat, trying to get out of that box as quick as possible. Coming back to the start line right here. Once again, we have Gray in the lead, Mizutani in the chase. On this one more time battle. Here we go. Here we go, Gray in the lead, Mizutani in the chase. Gray coming in, bringing some heat into outer zone 1, pushing the limits right here. trying to pull away from Mizutani, but Mizutani trying to close in the gap right here in the outer zone 2 to outer zone 3, but Gray just pushing all the way, throttling through to inside clip 1 and finishing strong. Here's the replay right here. Gray throttling all the way through, trying to get the full bit of outer zone 1. And Mizutani just trying to close the gap. But then Andrew Gray right here out of outer zone 2, just throttling through, committing to both 2 and 3 and finishing strong. Solid, solid, solid lead run. So here's the true test right here. Mizutani is going to be doing lead while Andrew Gray is going to be on the chase. Got them all pulling back around. Definitely doesn't make it easy for the judges seeing these good of runs back to back, so it's going to come up to Andrew Gray, seeing how he does on the chase and see if he can get that proximity a lot closer than what Mizutani was trying to push out there. All right, so we got them both lined up, ready to go. Gray's going to be on the chase while we have Mizutani in the lead.
All right, so that was a very clean run by Gray, and it did look like.
So here we go. Mizutani's got to give a good lead run, but I know Gray, he's focused on his rear quarter panel. Let's go. Gray right there, keeping his proximity, closing it, trying to figure out what Mizutani's trying to do. At the same time, mimicking his line right there, coming to inside clip 1. Gray definitely had his eye on his quarter panel the whole time, and he was just realizing what he was trying to get done just to stay right there.
Yeah, so I think Mizutani's earlier battle lead run was probably a little bit better. He left outside zone 1 a little bit earlier here, and right around here at outside zone 2, it looked like something happened, lost power or something like that. So there was a slight stall where he couldn't make it all the way out to the outside zone 2 area. And also Andrew Gray chasing him when he was at outside zone 1. It looked like he dived in a little bit earlier than Mizutani did. But overall, he did have more proximity than Mizutani when Mizutani was chasing him. Yeah.
Between the proximity and then keeping that fluidity out of the inside clip, even though Mizutani had a little struggle. Here we go. Yoichi with Gray, Ryan with Gray, and Robbie with Gray. So like I was saying, coming out of inside clip 1, Gray still kept that fluidity while Mizutani was kind of struggling a little to get the power back and try to find the zone. So definitely good job on Andrew Gray, and he will be moving on to the top 8. So we have one more time battle coming up, and it's going to be with number 15, Katsuhiro Ueo in the VR38 S15, along with number 73, Kazuki Hayashi in the S15 also. Still fixing to warm their tires up for this. But this is going to be our last battle, and we'll have our top 8 from there. So you can see right now on the screen, we have a lot of pit crew support right here, supporting these guys out here, competing for the top 8 all the way to for podium. So good to see like other drivers, supporting each other out here, especially without having a crowd or anybody out here cheering. So it is good having a camaraderie between all teams. You can see the overcast skies, but it's actually really nice out, really cool day, and couldn't complain. Still waiting to get their tires warmed up in the box, so we're going to see what they're going for.
Yeah, so we're trying to get the cars out on to the start line. We're going to get everything situated. So we will go to a short break, and right after that, we're going to get right back to the battles, right before the top 8 battles.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。 ウエット A。
ウエットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness, called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. Grid.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケン
ダ。伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。 ウエット A。
ウエットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. グリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー。
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
And welcome back to day 2, round 3 of 2024 Formula Drift Series here at Ebisu Circuit, West Course in Fukushima Prefecture. We are finalizing our top 16 right now. We have our last one more time fixing to get lined up right here.
Yep, but we got to bring you bad news because Ueo's not at the line. They are going to step down from this battle. So Hayashi is going to make his bye run, and he will be moving on to the top 8.
All right, Hayashi moving on to the top 8.
Yeah, I didn't get any information on what's going on, but
not sure if it was car issues or what, but here we go. Hayashi coming in, throwing a solid run, making this, earning this bye right here, rolling in the outer zone 2 to the outer zone 3. He had a little correction there, but then rolling into inside clip 1. Finishing strong, showing us what his car is ready for in the top 8.
So there's our top 8 drivers. The first battle is going to be Yamashita versus Ishikawa. Second battle is going to be Minowa versus Yamada. Or I'm sorry, Hara. I'm sorry.
Hara, yep.
I'm
Minowa
really,
with
really
Hara,
sorry.
and then on the other side of the bracket we have Andrew Gray versus Hayashi, and then we have Takahashi with Teramachi.
Sorry, Japanese guy got corrected by an American. It's Japanese.
But if you guys don't know, there is a huge variety of vehicles up in this top 8 right now. We got, 180SX S15, what is it? JZX 100s, Lexus RCs, BMWs. I mean, we have them all. I think we have every blend of car that is offered in Formula Drift Japan. But like Robbie was saying, our first matchup right now is going to be...
All right, so I do have information on what happened with Whale. Earlier the judges went with the one more time. It was 2 one more times and 1 judge saying Ueo, but I guess Ueo did not agree with the run that, or with the judging that we made and the judges made, so he is going to sit out actually. So he's not going to make the run because of
disagreement.
Disagreement, exactly, yeah. So I think that's the first time in FD history for that to happen. But I guess that's what was behind the story, and that's why Hayashi is moving on. So
wow, I mean, Ueo was doing nothing but good things out here, so that's very hard to hear. But Hayashi is moving on, so we have to push on to our top 8. And our first 2 lined up right now, ready to go, are going to be Yamashita in the Mark II, and then we have Ishikawa in the 8.6, the 1GR 8.6. So Yamashita was our number 1 qualifier with a 95. He's ready to go, pushing out this lead run for Ishikawa. So here they go. They're ready to go. Yamashita ready to throw this lead run. All right, here they come. Yamashita coming in hot. Coming into outer zone 1, full dedication, hitting all of outer zone 1, but you have Ishikawa right there at his door. Yamashita's trying to pull away from him. Ishikawa right there kind of figured his car out to get where he needs to be. And definitely Ishikawa did probably one of his better runs this whole entire round so far. I think that's one of his better runs leaving inside clip 1.
yeah, so just like the other runs, Yamashita just made a great lead run. He looks like he is filling the zones and has enough angle around all the zones and clips. Ishikawa did have to take a little shortcut going into inside clip 1 from outside zone 1. Took a smaller line. Overall, had to take a smaller line, but he did keep it really tight where proximity was there. He was trying to stay on Yamashita's car most of the time, so let's see what's going to happen when he decides to
do the lead run right here.
Yeah.
So you got Ishikawa that's going to be doing the lead while Yamashita is going to be doing the chase. Definitely going to be a big thing right here, because but like I said, Ishikawa did throw a really good run right there. So if he could throw similar run, maybe more of the zones, then he's going to be pretty solid. But I mean, Yamashita, he came today and yesterday. He came to play, so I think he's here to make a statement.
I think he came to fight.
All right, so you got Yamashita lined up, waiting on Ishikawa. Coming on up.
Yeah, so Ishikawa does some crazy driving in the lead run too. This is going to be interesting how much Yamashita could match up with Ishikawa's style.
All right. Revving up, ready to go. Got the lights going. Ishikawa leading. Coming a little slower than normal, but pushing through. Initiating, coming to outer zone 1, taking all of outer zone 1, but throttle controlling into in clip 1, slowing down a lot compared to usual. Coming to outer zone 3, sweeping around, and Yamashita just trying to stick with him, but definitely Ishikawa made a huge, not correction, but dropped gears in inside clip 1.
This was a lot obvious in how he was doing something similar to this. That's why his line going up to outside zone 2 became a little weird. But I think he did it really obviously here this time, where he had to wait, and he was figuring something out with the car where the car had to kind of wait for a minute, and he didn't fill outside zone 2 either because of whatever mistake that happened at the end clip 1. So that might be kind of critical for Ishikawa, knowing that Yamashita ran and threw down a very good lead run.
And here's the overview of it. Let's see, Yamashita, for the most part, looks like he just kept his fluidity. Even though there was a big stop here, he just kept pushing through.
Yeah.
and throttled through.
He was able to avoid any kind of contact at in clip 1, even though there was a slight stall from Ishikawa. It looks like maybe he was looking for a gear, or he was trying to get something situated in his car.
But definitely Ishikawa, like we were saying, the last for top 32 and qualifying, he really struggled on that inside clip. So let's see what Yoichi Muro has to say. And it's Yamashita, Ryan with Yamashita, and Robbie with Yamashita. So Yamashita is going to move to our top 4. Yamashita in the Mark II JZX 100 with Team Weld pushing on to top 4. So our next battle coming up, already lined up right now, is Shinji Minoa in his Mark II, which is a new vehicle for him this year. He was in a JZX 90 last year, and he's battling against Hara over here in the S15, the 2J powered S15. So both 2J powered, but obviously huge difference in chassis size. But I don't know, Minoa might be the same weight.
Yeah, because this car is pretty lightweight.
Yeah, he has a lot of dry carbon, and he did all this other stuff. So definitely Minoa's been throwing down this whole competition. So we're excited to see what he's going to throw for his lead run. All right, here they go. Minoa in the lead, Hara in the chase. Minoa coming into outer zone 1, fully dedicating his whole car into outer zone 1, trying to get to inside clip 1 to outer zone 2, but Hara's right there at his door, but Hara made a huge and then he had a little bit of connect. I'm over here at a loss of words because you had a little tap here into outer zone 3, and then he almost T-boned him here into.
Well, it looks like Hara had caught up to him real quick, and right here on outside zone 1, Hara was all over Minoa's door, and he was trying to hold back right here. Then he starts to lose a little angle. Then I think he had to just kind of do whatever he had to do to get himself situated so he can get back into drifting, and pretty much it looked like he almost straightened out 2 of the times.
For the chase, it definitely didn't. He couldn't clean it up after that inside clip 1. It kind of got sloppy there, and definitely lost it after outer zone 2.
Yeah, so that was actually really the chase that Hara just gave behind Minoa right now. That was pretty cool, where he kind of threw it out there, where Minoa looked like he was kind of placing his car. And it didn't look like a hard flick either, but Hara did a harder flick than actually the initiating leading car, and got really, really close to him on in clip 1. But after that area, it looked like he had not much space to move, and he couldn't get his car to fire up as fast, and had to play catch up too by straightening out a little bit.
So what do we got going on right now? We got them both lined back up.
So Hara's leading now, and Minoa is giving chase. It's going to be run number 2 for these guys. Let's see how Minoa could keep up with Hara, because it looked like Hara was coming in with good speed.
So here we go, Hara in the lead right here. Coming into outer zone 1 hot. Minoa trying to catch back up with him, but Minoa might have had to bail out on that one in the inside clip 1, and Hara's just pushing through into outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. Really nice run for Hara right here, and Minoa's just trying to stay as close as he can with proximity, but man, Hara definitely did throw something down for him. I mean, inside outer zone 2 or 1, he could have probably been a little deeper, but Minoa was like way out there. But then
I would say Hara's lead run looks like Minoa was washing out a little bit after outside zone 1, but Hara's lead run looks pretty nice.
Overall, yes.
Overall, he makes it all the way out to the zones. Very similar to what Minoa did, but it looked like there was a little bit more flair where Hara had when he was initiating and also doing a transition.
And yeah, Hara's chase run is definitely going to affect him, though. He had a good lead run, but you have to have the complete package for this.
Yeah, now we're going to have to take that in consideration because he did a major mistake twice, actually, in his chase run.
And Manoa wasn't too bad. His
lead run wasn't too bad either, so it's going to be very hard. But we'll see what all the judges have to say.
So Yoichi Imamura, see what Yoichi Imamura has. He says Manoa. Ryan Longtain says Manoa, and then Robbie Nishida says Manoa. So Shinji Manoa in the JZX 100 Mark II is going to be moving into our top 4.
So I would say if the mistakes weren't made by Hara, then things would have went a different way. And I guess it's obviously for anybody too, but his lead run was really nice.
Yeah. So with this battle coming up, not next, but on the left side of our bracket that we already got solidified, we have both Mark IIs that are going to be head-to-head against each other.
The Battle of the Mark IIs.
Yep. So right now we have a Battle of the Mark IIs going to the finals. And next, we're going to the right side of our bracket here. It's going to be number 100, Andrew Gray, in the Lexus RC, be competing over here against...
Well, actually, I think before we go to the battle of Gray versus Hayashi, since both of those cars did it one more time, it took them a little bit longer to get the cars ready. So we're going to go ahead and skip that battle. We're going to the next battle, which is going to be Takahashi versus Teramachi.
Nice.
And we're going to go back to Gray versus Hayashi right after that.
So just like Robbie said, we have Takahashi in the box right now, warming his tires up. Takahashi's in the BMW, the number 36 BMW by TMS Racing Team, powered by a 1GR V6 twin turbo. Like we were talking about earlier, this is just a phenomenal car, and the driver alone, I mean, he's handling this car and literally dialing it in and making it perform to its max every single time.
Yeah, he has a JZX 100. I believe it was a Mark II that he competed in FD Japan previously, but he didn't do the full season, and the livery of the car is exactly the same as this, so...
Definitely the body.
Cool,
yeah. The body lines on this BMW are very nice.
Yeah, so... Maybe I'm not sure, but maybe the dimensions and the way the car handles and stuff like that. Maybe it's very, very similar to like a JZX chassis.
Okay.
Because those are one of the iconic chassis that everybody likes to drive and compete in too. And same as Takahashi, he has a JZX 100 that he competes in other series, and
so
this is
probably had that similarity, so he didn't have to change too much with it.
But I know he has a 2J in the other car, and this car is 1GR.
That's true.
I'm telling you, I mean, these V6s, we got to start finding different motors because we're going to start running out of 2Js. Because I saw a post earlier, somebody posted that, the 2J prices are,
skyrocketing,
really, really
like
skyrocketing.
crazy.
Yeah, and the reason why I don't have one either is because they're so expensive now.
It's probably almost cheaper to buy a vehicle to take the 2J out.
Yeah, like an Aristo or something.
Yes, exactly.
But I mean, everybody's gonna have to start finding a new power plant, and I think some of these cars are running the 1GR, which is very different. And also we have like Ueo has a VR, and there's Chris Forsberg in the US has a VR. Also Taguchi in his VR S15 too. So that the V6, the big displacement V6 might be the next thing,
Coming back out, that's true. Running these V6s or these straight sixes out. But up against Takahashi's going to be Teramachi, which he's warming his tires up now. He's a 2J powered S15. Been doing pretty solid.
Yeah, so I think he's been in and out in the series for a while, and he hasn't really moved up into the ladder as high. But this year, since he teamed up with Hayashi with the Good Ride, definitely seeing him stand out a lot more than some of the drivers that we've seen previously.
Yeah.
And I think he's kind of proving it right now where he's in top 8, and I want to see how much of a fight he's going to put up against Takahashi. Very interesting battle.
Got them both lined up, ready to go. Takahashi's going to be on the lead while Teramachi's going to be in the chase. And this sun just came out, and I think it's going to stay for a while, and it's right on us.
Yeah, I would say
as you could see off the reflection of these vehicles right here.
Yeah, and I think going against the sun after you make the turnaround in clip 1 is going to be critical if there's a lot of smoke.
All right, here we go. Takahashi coming in with the lead with Teramachi in the chase. Takahashi throwing it in the outer zone 1 full, but Teramachi's right there on his door, pushing. Oh, but he bent. Oh.
All right, so it does look like Teramachi bumped him.
Yep.
And we would have to see if Takahashi... We're going to have to see if Takahashi... Well, it's just smoke. We can't really see anything. But I think we just have to make sure that there was no abrupt braking or slowing down by Takahashi, seeing if Takahashi was the cause of that contact or if Teramachi was the cause of contact. If Teramachi just came in hot.
Definitely this entry, though. This entry was amazing right here. Teramachi's exactly where you want to be when you're tandeming right here. Right on his door.
Both cars, very beautiful outside zone 1. Ooh,
and it looks like he gave him a little love tap right there.
Yeah, and it looks like Takahashi was doing what he was supposed to do. So I think Teramachi might have just came in really hot, but I'm going to have to
There's a better view right here.
Yeah. Thank God to technology.
Both having the same angle coming to outer zone 1 to inside clip 1, but looks like he had a back end tap there. Definitely both drivers were coming in hot out of outer zone 1 to inside clip 1, so might have to get another replay on that, but got them lining back up. Teramachi's taking his way around. See, he's still trying to get some of this smoke to clear up. All right, let's see what the call's going to be. It looks like Takahashi's heading back. Oh, no, he's not. He's swinging back around. Okay.
Okay, so it looks like Teramachi is going back to the pits. Let me find out what's going on.
So we got Takahashi coming up to the line for his chase battle, but trying to figure out what's going on with Teramachi because he headed back to the pits. So we shall see right here. Definitely was a very nice start to that run, but didn't want the contact that they had with inside clip 1. If there was or wasn't, but let's see. Here we go. We got Teramachi on the screen right now. They're going to go take a look at his car. Starting the clock. He's getting his 5 minutes. And see if we can get more details on what's going on with his vehicle, because we're not 100% sure just yet.
Yeah, so I think right now the situation, we had to talk. I had to talk to the other judges too. We had to claim who was at fault right now, and I think all the judges agreed that it was Teramachi coming in a little too hot.
Okay.
Gave Takahashi a little push, so that's what happened out there. That could have caused a spin. But at the same time, now Teramachi is checking his car because he has to use his competition timeout because he was the one at fault. If it was him not being at fault, he would have had a 10-minute actually time frame to be able to check his car. But
it looks like Takahashi's good and his car's good to go. But we shall see right here.
Looks like he's put the wheel back on. So what I want to see is Teramachi's car go out there and do the killer run he did.
Just as the lead.
Yeah, just as the lead run, because that's what he's going to do, and I already know it, that he's going to go out there and lay it all out. Nothing to lose right now,
At this point, yeah, he's got the shorter hand right now. But you can see right here his crew just being ready to go and just firing off. And look at that pit area, so organized and clean. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, it's definitely not. That does not look like my shop. It looks cleaner than that.
That's true.
Very nice job by these guys. Keeping the pit area looking good, and round of applause to all the mechanics and everybody who's behind. Not just the drivers, but the guys that are, helping out, the sponsors, the supporters, everybody,
The behind the scenes.
Yeah, we went. This is the time we're going to spot the light, or we're going to shine the light on them.
The unspoken heroes, as some like to say.
Without them, we wouldn't be able to do all this.
Exactly.
So right now, it looks like he has 3 minutes on the clock for his competition timeout.
And many of the drivers will back us on this, because that's all they do is they usually thank their crew, because without their support and their expertise, these drivers wouldn't be here. I mean, it takes more than just themselves to be here.
No, when I did it, I was one-man show, man. It was all me.
That's why you're now next to me.
That's right. No, all the people I work with, too, it's like, man, I still keep in touch with everybody. We're still good friends.
Yes, family at the end of the day. That's true.
I don't know about family and all, but...
I mean, holidays you'll say,
Yeah, I'll say happy holiday, happy birthday here and there and stuff like that, yeah. But it looks like Teramachi's car is ready to go. So hopefully it was just a very minor fix for his car, so he could actually come out here and lay down the lead run that he is imaging.
Exactly. Well, Takahashi's ready to go at the line. Been waiting for the last about 3-4 minutes now.
Yeah, just imagine the nerves and...
Oh yeah, you're in. I mean,
everything that the weight and everything is really, really critical too.
Yeah, just as critical as this sun that's beaming down on me. But here we go. Teramachi going to the line, ready to go. Oh, he's getting his wheels warmed up, huh?
Yeah, so I think they're going to warm up the car. Usually we don't have warm-ups in between, but what we're doing is we're going to have to, we're going to go ahead and let Teramachi do the warm-up, and at the same time, we will have Takahashi do the warm-up too. I think somebody brought that up before in Seattle, the Seattle round. One of the cars got to go and do a warm-up, and the other car didn't. They stayed at the start line.
Oh, yeah.
And some people were saying that, it's unfair that they didn't do it. But I think the driver at the start line actually chose not to go and do a warm-up.
Okay.
So basically, we want to keep it as fair as possible to all the drivers.
Everybody have the same opportunity, so they're on the same playing field at the end of the day.
Exactly.
That's
so
true.
One guy gets to do a warm-up, the other guy gets to do a warm-up. And sometimes we have contact where you got to change the rear wheel, and we don't allow cars to change tires and wheels during a competition, so you can't call a timeout or a competition timeout and change the rear wheels just because you want. There has to be a reason where there's contact or something.
Some kind of damage that might play a factor.
So when that happens, we actually ask the other opponent driver too, saying, hey, we're changing tires. They're changing tires. Do you want to change tires too? And sometimes the driver wants to, and sometimes the driver doesn't. So.
See, that's smart. Keeping it all on the same playing field where, there's no room for excuses at that time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a judge sport, and I know there's a lot of people that agree and disagrees with what we say, but I mean, we're trying to keep it as, fair as possible, because I know how much work and time that goes behind and into these teams. It's not a joke. It's not a game, At the end, it is a sport, and we have to be fair to everybody.
So here we go. We have Teramachi in the lead while Takahashi is going to be on the chase. Takahashi's in the BMW with Teramachi in the S15. Teramachi throwing a sick entry into outer zone 1. Not fully committing into outer zone 1, and same with inside clip 1. But pushing through, trying to push through outer zones 2 and 3. Could have been a little bit more into those zones, but it almost seemed like his general focus was speed, because he really did zip through this course.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't even give Takahashi any space to try to catch up or anything, because I think Takahashi was trying his best. I know he's not pushing it as hard as he should be, but it's not an inactive chase. He's
still throwing.
Yeah, he's close enough proximity with the lead car too. So, but that's the thing. That's it right here where. Teramachi is sitting at a incomplete.
So he had to just put it out all on the table, and that's the rough thing right there. I mean, we would all love to see it one more time, especially with Takahashi as the lead run, because that was a rough rough one to see in inside clip 1. We shall see. See what the judges have to say about this. You got Yoichi Imamura
and
Ryan Longtan and Robbie Nishida.
I know the crowd and everybody in front of the monitors and screens want to see a lot of one more times because they're some cool driving. But this
Yoichi,
time,
Ryan, and Robbie all going with Takahashi right there. So Takahashi and the BMW is going to be pushing through to the top 4.
So while coming off of a podium, being second place at Sugo round, and now he is back here at top 4. Let me go ahead and figure out. He was qualifying 3rd. Depending on what.
You talking about Takahashi here?
Yeah, Takahashi qualified 3rd.
He's overall right now the points, second overall points lead with 151.
Ooh.
So, but we'll see because we have our next battle coming up right here on the right side of our bracket. This is going to finish us up on our top 8 right here. And it's going to be Andrew Gray, number 100 in the Lexus RC 2J powered against Hayashi, number 73, Kazuki Hayashi in the S15.
Very fast driver, very accurate driver, let's say for both of the drivers. So this is going to be definitely a great battle.
So we have Gray in the lead with Hayashi in the chase right here. Gray coming in with a lot of speed in the outer zone 1, swinging all the way around to inside clip 1. But Hayashi's right there beside him, holding it in. Ooh! Hayashi with some contact there.
Yeah, that
was.
I'm gonna have to check the replay, but that did look like Hayashi did a flick back, but did not carry as much angle and went right into.
I feel like he got lost in that smoke.
Maybe he did. And the sun is out too.
The sun's out, yeah.
Yep.
So let's see right here on this replay. Gray with a nice entry into outer zone 1, taking full advantage of every area of it. But then coming around right here, throwing all that smoke into Hayashi's face, transitioning, and then boom, he loses him.
Yeah, it looked like he dived in a little bit too hard. Because it doesn't look like Gray was slowing down at all. It looked like his pace was high going through outside zone 2 to 3.
Yeah. He had a good transition from 2 to 3, and it just seems like Hayashi just came in too hot and just kind of lost focus on where he was at. Here's a better view right here coming through the transition. Boom.
Yeah, he had less angle, came in straight.
Yeah.
So my guess would be Hayashi coming in a little too hot when he was transiting, or maybe he did get lost in the smoke because of the whole sun and the smoke being there.
We're going to go ahead and see here. We're going to have Hayashi on the lead with Gray on the chase. But like we were talking about, with this sun coming back out, it's going to be a factor right here in their vision.
Yeah, because I think, factor with their vision, that's one important thing too. But the other important thing is your right arm is going to be darker than your left arm right now.
It definitely is.
And you're always on the sunny side.
I am. I literally am. But see, we can't drop this because then we can't see.
Yeah.
So
it looked like, I think they're checking Gray's car. Maybe it's a side skirt or something. Maybe they're taping it up, making sure that it's secure, it doesn't get into any way.
Beautiful car, though, still.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful car.
It's a slick car, has nice body lines and everything.
Yeah, I would take a dented RC over any other car that I currently
have at your shop.
Yeah.
So, but most definitely, Andy had a sweet entry there, Andrew Gray.
Yeah, that was a very nice lead run from Andrew Gray. And Hayashi did a slightly different style entry, but he caught right up, So it was kind of one of those, he measured what he had to do to end up lining up where Gray would be at.
Exactly.
So this is a lot of thought put into how he's going to make the entry And we have that in the U.S. as well. A lot of the spotters know how their opponents enter and the speeds and all this other stuff. And the spotter is one of the key factor for a good team to actually move on, because the spotter would give out the correct how can I say it?
Information
to the driver, so they could follow that.
You're definitely right on that, and especially going from after going from top 32 to 16, there's a little bit of time that they can study their opponents, but going from 16 to 8 and so on and so forth, they don't have as much time to make adjustments. So these drivers got to adjust themselves to know what they got to do with their vehicles.
Especially at top 32, it's like boom. Sometimes you're just going against a guy you never seen before.
Yep. So here we go. We got Hayashi in the lead with Gray following. Hayashi throwing it down, coming to outer zone 1, but Gray's right there, trying to catch back up on him, right on his door, swinging out of inside clip 1 to outer zone 2. And here we go. Gray's trying to keep that proximity, and Hayashi. Gray definitely had a shorter, a little shallower line outer zone 3, but Hayashi wasn't too crazy outside there also. But let's see the replay, get a better view of it.
Yeah, so I would have to say after watching this, I mean, Hayashi's car is on fire, because I know Andrew's car isn't, lower powered. Gray had to cheat the line a little bit at outside zone 1 and outside zone 3 just to keep up with Hayashi. So it looks like Hayashi is just blazing through this track.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the way Hayashi makes a transition from outside zone 2 to 3, he looks like he kind of shallows up and the car moves forward straight. So they're definitely looking to, try to get the car forward as fast as possible,
Yeah, probably wasn't the, one of Gray's best runs, but the biggest thing is, I mean, Hayashi made a huge mistake coming from out of outer zone 2 to 3 on his chase, which is really going to play a huge factor.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying about the lead run that Hayashi did. It was in between outside zone 2 to 3, where he pushed too hard going forward, and
here you go, all the judges going for Andrew Gray right here on that. So there's your final for the top 4 is Andrew Gray.
Okay, now I just noticed this, but Andrew Gray is qualifying number 2 going against Takahashi. Qualifying number 3. Yamashita qualifying number 1 going against qualifying number 4. So we actually got the top 4 of the qualifying here all at the finals. So there was no big mix-up. It was straight up. Whoever qualified high is going to make it all the way to the finals, and here we are.
And, just to add to that.
And before you tell me a little about it, let's go and check out the
commercial break.
Check out the commercials.
「いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤウェット A」ウェット A
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心やる
横浜
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness, called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of ジャパニーズクラフトマンシップグリッド
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りでも高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the day 2 of round 3 of the 2020 Formula Drift Japan Series here at Ebisu Circuit West Course in the Fukushima Prefecture. If you're just now tuning in, we just got done with our grade 8 and now we're moving on to our final 4.
If you're just now tuning in, you missed out.
But luckily, they can still watch it.
You can go back and watch it.
Exactly. So maybe you didn't miss out. Maybe, they strategically planned this to,
And you're like, you know what? I don't want to sit through some of this stuff. I'm just going to...
Cutting some of the commercials or something. I don't know.
But knowing it before everybody else, that's the beauty of it.
That's true.
That's the beauty of watching it live. And speaking of live, we're not going to have any spectators for the Okayama round, and I think they just announced that too. Unfortunately, we don't have any spectators here either. It sucks. But we have you guys watching us on screen. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And to the FD USA guys and the drivers and everybody that's all over the world, if you're watching this, hello from FD Japan, the staff. Everybody misses you guys. Can't wait for this whole thing to clear up so we could all start doing this. And one day we're going to do remember we were talking about the whole World Championship thing we were talking about?
Drift Olympics.
Drift Olympics. There you go.
All right, so here we go for our first competition of the top 4 is going to be our number 1 qualifier, Koichi Yamashita in his JZX 100 Mark II, along with Shinji Minoa in his JZX 100 Mark II. Here he goes, Yamashita in the lead with Minoa in the chase. Minoa getting a little left behind there, but trying to catch up in this outer zone 1 to inside clip 1, but Yamashita just pushing through, and Minoa's just trying to keep up with him the whole way through, trying to sacrifice a little bit of his depth inside these outer zones. Minoa just trying to
I know both of the cars supposed to be fast. I don't know if he missed the timing or anything on the straightaway or anything, but man, yeah, Yamashita is blazing through the track. He did gap him pretty good right here. There's about two car lengths behind, and Minoa looks like he had to kind of shallow up on the angle to try to play catch up with Yamashita. And right here, it looks like he went in a little too fast, going from outside zone 2 to 3, which ended up letting him widen the in clip 2.
Yeah, completely kind of missing in clip 2, but we'll just have to see what he's got to do for a lead run on here. But yes, Yamashita definitely just pulled away from him from the jump. So not sure if he kind of timed it wrong, Shinji Manoa did, but we'll see here.
Yeah, that was a good. No, and I'm sorry, we didn't even focus. It's so normal now that Yamashita is going to do a good lead run, but that was a really good lead run from Yamashita.
It was. Oh, hands down, yeah, it was. He's been throwing down good runs all day long, so that's probably why it's the norm that we didn't say much about that. But yes, like I said last match, he's came here to make a statement.
And not to pressure anybody, Minowa has to beat Yamashita to podium.
Yes.
Because he's fourth, and Gray and Takahashi on the other side of the ladder is second and third place.
Which we already talked about the overall points. Gray's in the third, and Takahashi's actually second in overall points for the series. So that's huge for both of them, and it's going to be a good battle for them.
Yeah, and since we have a qualify and we don't do a third place round here in FD Japan.
Here we go. We got Manoa in the lead. He's going to throw down the best run he could throw. While Yamashita's right there on his backside in outer zone 1, sweeping into inside clip 1. Yamashita's still right there on his back quarter panel, swinging around. But man, Manoa threw some serious angle coming to outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. Man, I want to see that over and over and over. That was nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't mind, if we have one more time every round, we can go ahead and do that too. You just got to ask us.
This sun right here.
I don't know about the drivers and teams going to be happy, but it looks like Yamashita has, he's closer in proximity throughout the track more than when Minowa was chasing Yamashita. But right here, the flick from Minowa was really cool, but at the same time,
not practical, 100%.
Yep, but Yamashita was right behind him, mirror imaging every move Minowa was doing. So I would say that was a great lead and a great chase.
Man, very nice, very nice. Hopefully, you know, with the factors that Manoa did on his initial chase run, isn't going to hurt him too bad. But yes, as you guys realize, for his chase run, he did fall behind right there. But Yamashita was right there on his door the whole time.
And
we got
Imamura,
1, 2, and 3.
Lantain, and Nishida is going with
Yamashita.
Car number 8, Yamashita, who qualified first, and now he is in the finals. Unfortunate for Minowa. He made it all the way up to
Final 4.
Semi-finals, but he is knocked out by the number 1 qualifier.
And he will be locking the number 4
Fourth
down.
place, the fourth place.
But he did do a good job all day long. Yesterday he did an amazing job in qualifying. So hands down, he did an amazing job. Hands down to his team for bringing his car out here ready to fight.
And it looks like he had a slow start because he had a brand new car that, started in Sugo and didn't do so well the past 2 rounds. Now he made it all the way up to the semifinals, so that's another driver that you have to look out for.
Exactly.
For the season.
So our next battle coming up is going to be number 100, Andrew Gray, and his Lexus RC, and then we're going to also have his competitor he's going against is going to be Kazumi Takahashi and his BMW. And like we were just saying, so Takahashi right now is sitting in the 2nd overall. Let me get that correct before I tell you false information. But yeah, 2nd overall in points. Takahashi has 151, and then Andrew Gray over here is sitting in 3rd overall points at 141.
Man, I got some news right now though. Oh, what? Never mind. He's coming out. Okay. Good.
Well, I didn't want bad news, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, no, I have good news now.
Okay.
Andrew Gray is lining up.
Okay,
but the
that's
bad
good.
news was he wasn't coming out of his pit space.
Oh.
And, that was the bad news, but it turned into good news in a split
That's good.
second.
And if you don't remember or you didn't stay tuned to our last competition at Okuibuki, Andrew Gray actually finished first there and solidified the win. So,
yeah, but you know what? Looking at this right now, regardless what happens, both drivers, Gray and Takahashi, is already secured in a podium.
True.
So
that's true.
For Gray, that'll be 2 podiums in a row. Takahashi, that's another podium from he was 2nd place in Sugo.
And hopefully, maybe Gray's just trying to keep the trend going, and since Mad Mike's not here, unfortunately, he's going to go and keep the trend.
That's right. We forgot about that.
Yep.
So the only winners here, since we started to do the Ebisu West round, it's been Andrew Gray, Mad Mike, Andrew Gray, Mad Mike. Well, I don't know if it was the other way around or not.
It's one of the two, but yeah, it's been a combination between the two of them. And unfortunately, with everything going on with COVID, Mad Mike's unfortunately not able to make it. But Andrew Gray's here, so hopefully he can keep that tradition going. But Takahashi has been throwing down these last 2 rounds, so we'll see what he's doing. He's been throwing down the last 2 days also. So
yeah, I like that. Well, he's not lined up yet, but I'm gonna like that view because that's a Lexus RC. Then you got an E92 BMW. Both beautiful cars. Look at these cars. I mean,
is this the future right here?
It's such a waste to go and bang these cars.
That's true. These are very nice cars. Outside of drifting, they are nice cars individually.
And especially these 2 cars too. I mean, they're beautiful.
But they bring uniqueness. That's what you need to bring. They bring their own team flair with having a different car from everybody else.
I like that a lot.
Exactly.
I like that a lot.
Being different, having that different flair, and then bringing a different chassis into the mix.
And competing it and bringing it to this level and being able to make it all the way this far with all these competitive and highly skilled drivers, other teams, other cars, that's something.
So here we go. We're going to have Andrew Gray in the lead position while we have Takahashi in the chase. Andrew Gray once again bringing in some heat into outer zone 1. Sweeping through outer zone 1, but Takahashi's right there on his rear quarter panel, swinging around into outside zone 2. Oh, Andrew Gray just flooring through, committing to all of it right there in outer zone 3. Very nice by Andrew Gray.
I don't know whose car it is, but from earlier I keep smelling burning oil.
I think it's Takahashi's.
It might be because I smelt it earlier when
he was
driving
going,
through. Yeah.
So we're not sure, but I mean, he's definitely not letting that stop him. That's for sure.
Right now, no, he's not. I mean, look at it. He is within good proximity chasing Andrew Gray. A little bit of a hiccup over there at outside zone 2, but very great job by Andrew Gray with his lead run. And it looks like Takahashi is mimicking his lead run very well. Let's check this out from the drone footage that we have. Looks like Takahashi is equaling the angle and the line Andrew Gray is throwing down. Beautiful job by both drivers. I don't know which way it's going to go.
Who knows? But there's two sides to this story, so we'll see how it goes this next run. Still getting this track cleared up. Luckily, we have a little breeze going. Sun's getting a little shaded by the clouds, so.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. Like, this is almost like when I see it in the stateside events where we actually have to wait for the smoke to go away because of the sunlight.
Okay.
And the amount of smoke too. And
for visibility,
not all the cars are laying down this much smoke here in FD Japan, but these guys are definitely one of the top smoke layers, I guess. Smoke screeners, or whatever we can call them.
Smoke slayers?
Yes.
Tire slayers?
Tire slayers. Well, tire slayers, yeah.
There you go. So here we go. We got Takahashi that's going to go ahead and on the lead, while we have Andrew Gray that's going to be on the chase here. And like we were saying, they were both good drivers right here, about to throw in good runs. So Takahashi, here he goes, Takahashi on the lead with Gray on the chase. Takahashi coming in, fully committing into outer zone 1, swinging into inside clip 1, but Gray's right there on his door, just like Takahashi was pushing through. Andrew Gray's giving him no space to move. Coming into inside clip 1. Wow.
What?
Wow.
WTF.
I thought you were going to say OMT.
No, I wasn't going to say that, but I was very, very amazing driving. Sounds like I just woke up right now because I'm super. Well, I've been excited the whole time, but it was like 120%. Look at the proximity and look at the lead car. You cannot chase down a car that well unless the lead car is doing what they're supposed to. And this is a perfect example, if you guys could see.
It's textbook right here between a lead and a chase. Yeah, mimicking his line right there. Holding the angle all the way through.
Slightly shallower angle through outside zone 1, but everything else looks like it's matching up very well. And here you go. This is one of the factors where you have angle, line. You have angle, line, and proximity. And if you have to sacrifice some of it to make it look good, to get as close as possible. You can, but at the same time, you want to match it, and whoever matches it the best overall takes the win. So I'm really, really excited to see what the outcomes are for this battle.
See what the rest of the judges have to say about it, because that was just an amazing run right there. It's going to be a tough one to judge off of, but I have the easy job of just talking about it.
I'm not judging. I'm talking with you. I'm just acting like it. There's actually like 10 people back here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on them. So here we go.
All right, you got Yoichi is
Lantain says Gray and
Robbie Nishida with Gray. Oh, so Andrew Gray moving on. Congratulations, Andrew Gray, on to the finals right there.
Man, you got the top qualifier versus the second qualifier, and the third qualifier, Kazumi Takahashi, car number 36, is third place. He qualified third place. Great battle by Takahashi.
Yes.
He pretty much laid down everything he could do out there on the track, but it was just not good enough to shake off Andrew Gray when he was giving chase. Andrew Gray's chase.
There's his crew right
family,
there.
Yep, and crew. So the Gray's chase run was a little bit closer, and I think that's pretty much the key factor of him getting the win, because both of the lead runs were amazing, and I would say that would be a tie, but I think Gray's chase was slightly better.
Exactly.
Very little. But man, now these guys are going to get situated. And what do we got next?
Next, we have these commercials, but stay tuned because we do have the finals between Yamashita and Gray, so please come back and join us.
Just stay and wait.
いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness, called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. グリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Alspo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウエット A。 ウエット A。
ウエットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜。
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness, called brilliant. Valenti.
クオリティオブジャパニーズクラフトマンシップ。ブリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りで高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケン
ダ。伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮、チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
Welcome back to Top 16, Round 3 of the 2020 Formula Drift Japan Series here at Ebisu Circuit West Course in Fukushima Prefecture. We are down to the final two drivers. Long pause.
The final two drivers. Yes, we are here. It is going to be champ Koichi Yamashita versus Andrew Gray. Andrew Gray has won here for the 2019 series at same here with this layout and everything here.
Well, a little bit different layout, but yes,
Yes.
same track, but different layout on the setup for the outer zones. But definitely, like we were talking about earlier before we went to commercial break, between him and Mad Mike, they've been kind of making this their staple of taking on the win here at Ebisu Circuit.
So
but
let's see if Yamashita is going to be able to be the first J driver.
Yeah, break that the little back and forth they got going on. But yes, like you were saying, Yamashita. So we have Yamashita with Team Weld in the JZX 100 Mark II, and he's just been doing a phenomenal job this weekend. His overall driving, he was an overall #1 qualifier and just pushed through all the way to the finals.
Now this reminds me of the finals we had last year for the 2019 season, where Yamashita versus Andrew Gray, and it came down to the finals, and Yamashita's car decided to leak fuel, and they had to step down. Andrew Gray got the win, and that actually gave him the championship for 2019.
That's unfortunate. Wow.
So this is like his, I don't know, maybe Yamashita wants his
redemption right here.
Yeah,
That's what it is. So now we have number 100, like he was saying, Andrew Gray with Team Kazuma and Power Vehicles in the Lexus RC right here. So been driving the car like no other this whole entire weekend, just like Yamashita's been doing his car. But that's why this is going to be an amazing final right here.
Yeah, and Yamashita, like you said, he's been doing a great job, and also Gray, same thing, been doing a great job. They are only 1 point away on their qualifying score. One got 95,
yep,
and the other got a 94.
Funny, yeah, you're right. Number 1 and number 2 qualifiers are now the finals.
So this is going to be a very, very close battle.
Here we go, Yamashita in the lead with Gray in the chase right here. Yamashita coming in, but Gray giving him no space at all, and he's making this final right here what it needs to be. Door-to-door action all the way through, going to outer zone 2, swinging around to outer zone 3 to inside clip 1, losing a little bit of proximity, but still holding it down, keeping that sick angle that he's been doing all day long. But man, talk about Gray being right on Yamashita throughout that whole entire track.
Yeah, so he did kind of take the risk by going almost side by side next to Yamashita.
Yeah. Right here.
And he threw it in right there. It's a mirror image, a bigger car behind the JZX, even though the JZX is a big car. And he is mimicking every move. He had to miss outside zone 3 slightly, and also went a little wide on the inside clip 2, but a great job. The proximity that he had throughout the track was amazing. It was just amazing.
That definitely takes a lot of, like you were saying, commitment right there to commit yourself to be that close to the other individual coming in from a high-speed entry into the outer zone 1. And right here you can see in the drone footage, he's like leaving no space for him. No room to breathe at all. There's that transition. Andrew Gray coming, had to compensate a little bit, but still right there. He was keeping that proximity. He's doing what tandem's all about, is being right there, keeping that same angle that he wants to keep with the lead driver.
Yeah, so obviously you don't want to see too much of a cheating line and also a shallower angle behind the lead car. But like we always say, a great lead run, then you can do a great chase run. And these guys are pretty much showing you the perfect example of what a tandem run should be done at a track like this. So
here you go. You got Andrew Gray now in the lead with Yamashita in the chase. Get the green to go light, and there they go. Andrew Gray in the lead, coming in real hot, rolling into outer zone 1, but Yamashita's right there trying to close in on Gray, but Gray's starting to pull just a little bit to inside clip 1 to outer zone 2 to outer zone 3. He's just pulling away from Yamashita. Yamashita's trying to get it together, and he tried to compensate his line right there in outer zone 3 just like Gray did, but he really had to compensate, and Gray just kept pushing through after he got inside clip 1. He just was owning that second part of the track.
Wow, Yamashita was just trying to do exactly what Gray was doing behind, but not quite as well. He got washed out a little bit over here after outside zone 1. Then after that, it was a game over for Yamashita because Gray just started taking off, and he did gap him, maybe left a car and a half length after the in-clip 1 there. So
Gray definitely just put it out on the table for him.
Yeah, but definitely a very, very, that was a very strong run from Yamashita behind Gray.
Solid run though. There's his crew checking it out.
Watching, yeah. They're watching the replay, and in a minute they're gonna see them on the screen.
I know.
And that's probably when they stop. But
overall, like, let's go back to the crews. I mean, hands down to them to get them this far and produce what they've done with these vehicles. I mean, these drivers are amazing for one thing, but to push a vehicle and make it this far is awesome too.
Yeah, and also the drivers and having being able to find and making the connection to find the crew like this as well. You know, great job to all the teams
keeping the
dynamic
dynamic
out here. Yeah.
But yeah, so you guys just saw the finals right there. They're going to do some deliberation and figure things out. But for now, we're going to go to commercial break. So stay tuned for the results.
A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心やる。
横浜
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness, called brilliant. Valenti.
Quality of Japanese craftsmanship. Brit.
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
ねえねえ、雨の日の運転ってちょっぴり心配だよね。いざという時にちゃんと止まれるタイヤ、ウェット A。 ウェット A。
ウェットグリップ性能 A のタイヤなら雨でもしっかり止まれて高い安全性を発揮。滑りやすい濡れた路面でもより
安心なやる。
横浜
革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness, called brilliant. Valenti.
クオリティオブジャパニーズクラフトマンシップブリッド。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. EO RSR Ichiban.
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りで高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
モティー
The brightness, called brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valenti.
to round 3 of the 2020 Formula Drift Japan Series here at Ebisu Circuit West Course in Fukushima Prefecture, and we have some results for you.
Yes, that was a long day, or felt like a long day.
It did.
But it wasn't that long. It was normal.
A few one more times and stuff like that, but we have got our top 3 right here.
Yeah, and a lot of action, and congratulations and a round of applause to all these drivers out here. Congratulations.
Yes, yes.
Now let's go ahead and announce the 3rd place podium finisher for this round. This guy just came out of nowhere this year and just started to rip it all apart. Came in out of nowhere. TMS Racing Team, car number 36, Kazumi Takahashi and his Eurofighter BMW. Congratulations on his podium. I know he is wanting to get on the top spot too, because he was 2nd in Sugo, 3rd place this time. Hey, you know what? It's only a matter of time, it seems like, you know?
He's going to be there soon. Beautiful car.
So now we're going to announce the winner. The winner is Andrew Gray. Gets the win, car number 100.
With Team Kazuma.
With Power Vehicles.
Driving the Lexus RC. Beautiful car. Congratulations, Andrew Gray. Amazing runs all day long.
And they actually just swapped spots because Andrew Gray was the 2nd qualifier. Yamashita was the 1st qualifier, but Yamashita ends up being 2nd place on the podium. Now that's going to bump him up because Yamashita in his JZX 100 is currently about 10th place or something in the series ranking, so that's going to bump him up somewhere near.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
Congratulations to all 3 of them for sure. Definitely been outperforming everybody today and yesterday, and deserve where they're at right now.
That was some crazy battles that we got to see the closer we got to the finals. But now we are going to present the drivers their carbon and the rewards.
Sweet carbon trophies. We're getting them all together, but yes. And if you look, all 3 different cars, all amazing cars, amazing performance cars too. So here we go. We have Formula Drift Japan founder Kazu Iwata giving the champ himself, Andrew Gray, the trophy.
That's 500,000 yen, so that's about 5 grand, and he also gets a G-Shock. I know he has a lot of those carbon trophies.
So like we were saying earlier, if you didn't watch last round 2, he actually took round 2, and now he's taking round 3. So congratulations to him and his team. I mean, that's huge right there.
Now going to 2nd place winner. It's car number 8, Team Weld. Koichi Yamashita qualifying 1st. Ended up being 2nd place on the podium, but hey, you know what? You're still on the podium, 2nd place.
Exactly.
The 2nd closest place to being 1st place. Well, first closest place to being 1st
with
place.
a
So
200,000 yen check, which is about $2,000. So
yeah,
hey, and a sweet watch too.
Yeah. Man, I don't have a watch like that. Oh yeah, I do. I have a lot of G-Shocks. I like G-Shocks.
And then Takahashi right here.
3rd place, podium winners. Congratulations.
With his G-Shock wash and his 100,000 yen check, which is about $1,000. But
so the winner's interview, I will go ahead and translate this. You guys will hear it in English because he speaks English. Congratulations, and let us know how you feel right now.
Red rule to a bull, so red rag to a bull. So yeah, I just charge after them and start to really enjoy my drifting and work off the adrenaline. So yeah, it's awesome. Thanks so much for my team. You know, the work they do every event is what gives me such a great car. My sponsors, we've got an amazing list of guys that help us out through the season. And the Ebisu circuit, all the staff here putting on this event and giving us such a great home. So yeah, just thank everybody and can't wait for Okayama.
もう素晴らしい気分です。今日は本当はですね、ここに入ってくるところなんですが、ベスト32とかベスト16、ここまで来るとちょっと若干自分でも思ってなくて、でも、戦いながらどんどんこういろんな強豪と戦った林選手なんかとね、戦った時もですね、どんどん自分の調子も上がっていって、もう本心、もうエンジョイだけしてやっていこうかなと思ってこの結果です。で本当にですね、この素晴らしい車を作ってくれたチーム、すべてのマネージメントしてくれているチームなど、あとは支えてくれている皆さん、スポンサーの皆さんだったので、本当にありがとうございます。あとはここ、エビスサーキットのスタッフの皆さん、そしてエビスサーキット自体、本当にありがとうと言い切れません。なので、今度の岡山がすごく楽しみなので、皆さん本当にありがとうございます。
Congratulations, Andrew Gray, on that.
Yeah, this is almost like a home track for. This is almost like a home track for
Andrew Gray
and Power Vehicles because he's here, and he was thanking everybody.
But even with his home track, I mean, we still threw him his challenges with setting the course up a little different than everybody's used to. So he definitely conquered every aspect of it.
非常に悔しいです。最後ちょっとビートが落ちました。左のタイヤの。それまではちょっといい走りができてたと思うんですけど、ちょっと申し訳ないなと思いました。いやでもここまで、自分も支えてもらって、ファンの皆さんや、関係者の皆さん、本当にありがたいと思ってます。でもここで折り返し、岡山は取りに行きたいと、じゃないとちょっと離れちゃってるんでなんで、楽しく、また頑張りたいと思います。皆さんありがとうございました。で、ビスサーキットの皆さん、含めてありがとうございました。
So I guess he was saying that he was able to he was trying to do the best, but at the end he dropped a bead, and you know he feels really bad for not being able to deliver what he was anticipating to do. Thank you very much for the fans and also the people who are doing. You know, has anything to do with the event. Really thank you. I would like to go all the way for Okayama, and I would like to enjoy it as well. So thank you very much to everybody, and also to Ebisu Circuit.
Yes, congratulations, Yamashita, on that.
Yeah, I just messed up. I could have just translated as they're speaking.
I was wondering why you were writing things
down. But I wrote it down yet.
But impressive,
though. Bad habit.
No, impressive. You're still doing a bigger job than most.
Because I had a good time. It's like you want to be in the middle. It's like yeah, I'm pretty sure I would enjoy it a lot more too if I could get there.
奥井吹に続いてアンディにまた負けてしまったんで、次は3度目の正直ということで、次は勝ちたいなと思います。
I lost to Andy again. This is the second time I got beat by Andy, so third time's a charm. So I want to actually beat him next time.
そうですね。できれば早めに立ちたいんですけど、そんな甘いもんじゃないの分かってるんで、この山下さんとアンディのね決勝戦とかすごい見てて、自分が走ってないのにやっぱテンション上がるんで、この2人の間に割って入れるように、自分がそこに行けるようにもうちょっと努力して、次は岡山は自分が真ん中に入れるようにまた頑張ります。
It feels like he didn't have it, but watching these guys run, he would like to actually get in between them and do a better job than them and hurry up and make his way up to the top spot, because you know he hasn't been able to get to there, and he blames himself for that. But he's going to try harder to be able to come up and get the top spot, stand in the middle of the podium. And he's really looking forward to that because he thinks that that's probably going to be the funnest place to be. So I agree.
Still, Takahashi, congratulations.
Yep.
Still,
congratulations.
Did some amazing driving.
I think his time is going to come, like honestly, because all I've seen is some great driving from this guy in his new car.
And he's producing every time. So it's just a matter of time, like you said. Third time could be a charm at Okayama. But overall, great job. It was an awesome event, and pretty sure the fans out there enjoyed the last few bits of tandeming that we had going on. But for those of you out there, the next event's going to be round 4 at Okayama International Circuit. That's going to be on October 10th. But before October 10th, what do we have going on next weekend?
Next weekend, I'm going to go out with my friends, work on my car. Oh, not me.
Not you.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, you know what? I'm going to be watching this too as well. And I'm going to be in a different time zone. But this is going to be amazing because we're going to be watching Formula Drift USA Seattle round. It's going to be 2 rounds in 1 weekend. So that's going to be round 3 and round 4. It's going to be next weekend. Live stream. Don't miss the action.
Exactly.
It's probably, yeah.
Tune into that for sure. September 25th, 27th, which is next weekend. Huge doubleheader. You're going to have the Pro 2 Series and the Pro 1s going on for round 3 and 4. So it's going to be a lot of driving. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy that we're back drifting. And I probably say this, I sound like a broken record. I say this to every round. But I'm really glad that we're out here trying to be as safe as possible with, you know, all the safety precautions that we can take. All these guys, I know it's really hard to, you know, get parts delivered to you, keep the upkeep of the cars, going to practice. It's so tough to do anything right now, and we're making it happen. And I can't say, I can say that I'm super proud of the guys that we work with. You know, congratulations to FD US for getting the round started. FD Japan, this is round 3, and also the drivers out there,
exactly,
teams, coming out here and putting up a great fight and showing us something incredible.
Yep.
All I can say is this is just super amazing. I can't thank everybody.
I'm going to throw a shout out to the crew out here, the backstage crews that making this happen, making this live feed happen and everything like that. But we are, you know, grateful for all you fans out there. That's what we do it for. We want to get you guys engaged and make sure you guys know what's going on in this drift world, especially in Formula Drift Japan. And it's awesome to see other areas, other countries of the world checking us out and tuning into what we have to offer out here at Formula Drift Japan, but also tuning into Formula Drift in the United States. So.
Yeah, thank you very much. And like you just said right now, you know, you guys are making it happen. Thank you very much. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for, you know, for people who are staying up to watch this. And thank you very much for Ryan Lontaine on the other side of the world, being a remote judge, and everybody else supporting us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm just going to keep saying thank you.
Yeah,
so
can't
maybe
say
I
thank
should
you enough.
Maybe I should cut my mic off.
But yes, last but not least, thank you to Ebisu for hosting us and allowing us to use the track. And if you ever make it to Japan, definitely hit this place up. 7 tracks. I mean, you can't. It's literally a grown man drifter's paradise, man or woman's paradise. So.
Yeah, this is like a amusement park for adults.
Exactly. You know? And you got a zoo too. So
yeah,
I mean,
got a zoo too. Yeah, and you know what? I drive okay. I'm not horrible, but I've been coming to Ebisu so many years and practicing and driving here, and I picked up my skills by doing that. So wanting to become a good driver too should be something in your list of to do. You know, a bucket list where you want to come and drift. So even if you want to come and enjoy the drift taxi here, or if you want to, you know, just come and hang out, check out all the, you know, teams and cars that are driving around. Yeah.
You can also see the scenery too. This is just a beautiful location, beautiful area, and overall just fantastic place to be. So thank you all for tuning in, and you know, we hope to see you guys coming back for Okayama when we host it. But thank you very much.
Yeah, and congratulations to all the drivers and all the teams that are out here and the spectators. Well, not spectators, but you guys watching us. Thank you very much. Hopefully I will be able to see you next weekend or at Okayama round. And until I see you guys next time, and thank you very much, Kenny, for doing this.
No problem. It's an honor.
I will correct you more.
Hey, that's why you're
and
here.
Annoy you more too, but
I'm here to keep you awake.
We are here at Ebisu Circuit. Thank you so much, guys, and good night and good morning to all you guys out there. Take care.
Till next time.